presents Doctor Who Marathon. So this is episode 4. We've just seen, well, Matt, tell us, what have we just seen?
So we've just seen the Jon Pertwee era. So we've just finished with Planet of the Spiders. So the third Doctor has battled the giant spiders of Metebelis 3. He's returned home to Unit HQ. He collapses on the floor, and with the help of Kempo Rinpoche, he regenerates into the fourth Doctor.
Oh, and potentially my favourite Doctor.
Yes, well, the most iconic.
The most iconic, definitely. I mean, we've got
the
scarf.
Yeah,
and
toys
and he's up there. I don't know if they can see that
in the plastic.
Yeah, exactly. So exciting.
So I have brought along again some special guests,
experts
to help you
me
learn
understand
about Doctor Who. We've got Beth from the Time Ladies.
Hello, Beth.
Paul Cornell, writer of Doctor Who.
Hello, Paul.
And we have Bob Baker, writer of Tom Baker's Doctor Who and the creator of K9.
Oh, there he is.
The man himself.
Look at that. So, did they ever explain why his scarf is so big?
Do you want the real life story?
Yeah.
So basically, they sent the wool to a woman called Begonia Pope. They supplied her with all this wool, and she thought she had to use all of it, and so she knitted this amazing scarf.
Did they make up a reason in Universe? Whoniverse?
In Whoniverse.
Sorry.
No, whereas Madame Nostradamus is...
Madame Nostradamus, a witty little knitter.
This is the iconic Doctor. I mean, you must know this.
I know of him, exactly. Yeah. I've not seen any. I've seen, like, clips.
Okay.
But, you know, it's interesting. I just came back from Seattle, and I went to the MoPop, the Museum of Popular Culture, and they've got a Dalek in there.
Okay.
Theirs looks terrible compared to this.
Compared to
it's got like all the stickers are peeling off and all this. This looks extremely high quality. So I mean, back then, were the Daleks? Was this like the heyday of the Daleks, or is it?
Well, this is generally considered the golden age, isn't it, of Doctor Who?
Yeah, there's sort of three different sorts of Tom Baker. There's your early Tom, where it's all very gothic and atmospheric and Hammer movie-like. Then there's a middle period where it's all lovely and fairy tale and fantasy and castles. And then there's right at the end where it's all hard science fiction and doom-laden.
Did you write throughout that series, or?
Well, pretty well all of Tom's. I think the last one I wrote was one of his last performances. So we went from his first to his last.
What made you change up the kind of the theme of the Doctor?
We didn't have a theme. I mean, you just come up with a story idea and send it up, and Terence Dix, the then script editor, would choose whether it's worth doing or not. There's only one time when we had the Key of Time, which was Graham Williams, I believe, where we had an actual overall theme. Mostly it was just, come up with an idea, please. One would have an idea and sort of, well, I'll put that in the Doctor Who. And you send it off as an idea. And somebody might say, yeah, we like that one, we'll do it,
I would have liked to have seen Tom Baker meet Tom Baker, like, now. But obviously we could only do that now.
Oh, yeah, we could.
But he was in one of the new Doctor Who's.
He was, yeah.
But was he Doctor Who then?
Well, that's the question, isn't it? So, I mean, is the curator actually the fourth Doctor?
I feel like he's the Doctor, but maybe not the fourth Doctor.
Yeah.
A future Doctor that's picked.
Oh, what, he's like, he goes back. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
And how kind of established are these, like, the rules of the Doctor? Especially now, kind of, here in the fourth season.
Paul's shaking his head.
What's changed, or what has changed versus what we've seen? What's going to change?
Well, he has been on Earth as Jon Pertwee, being part of the establishment. And now suddenly he's this kind of bohemian outlaw, and he's wandering through time and space again, being kind of superior to everyone he meets and being funny. It's much more random and colliding with things and falling over things and falling into things. There is, as Bob said, one season, which is the glorious Key to Time season, to which Bob contributed hugely, where all of the stories are about one thing. For a year, he goes searching for the bits of the Key to Time and puts them together. It's Doctor Who's first season arc.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
No spoilers, but that's coming up. That's
coming up.
exciting.
Yeah. So let's look at some of the companions. So Liz Sladen as Sarah Jane Smith, who you must know. You must know Sarah Jane Smith.
Yeah, of course, old SJ.
Yeah, of course you do. Come on.
SJ, I call her Smithy.
She is generally considered to be the most iconic of the original Doctor Who companions.
The Doctor Who companion.
Yeah,
okay.
So it was the glory years of having Tom, the most iconic of the Doctors, with Liz Sladen, and they were just a beautiful partnership.
Did she serve with any other doctors or just Tom?
She was in John Pertwee's last season.
Oh, so obviously we just saw that.
So we just saw that.
That's,
So, you know,
I remember now. I didn't know that was the same SJ. Okay, now I know, Sarah Jane.
Her hair does change
Yeah,
between seasons.
that's what
so
it
that's
is. I
probably
didn't
what it was.
recognise her with that lovely brunette hair style.
But Bob wrote Sarah Jane's final story for
Yes, Hand of Fear, I
of
believe.
Fear, yeah.
It was shot in my village, Oldbury-on-Severn, the power station there, and so it's very close to me particularly. The thing was that we thought about using the power station, so we went down, bravely went up and knocked on the door and said, "Hello, we want to record Doctor Who," and they said, come on in. Yeah, greatly fantastic. And then
Do you want to go in the reactor?
we went into the sort of the room where all the words are coming up, and there's a sort of malfunction, and I said, "Should it be doing that?" They said, "I've done that all the time." And they let us go pretty well anywhere that wasn't too dangerous for radiation purposes.
Leela. Now you must. Have you seen Leela before?
No, but I want to see more of her instantly. It's amazing. Is she, let me guess, she is a tribeswoman
Yes.
from space?
Yes, well done.
A future, but with past, already, that's just costume design there.
Yeah.
That is on point. That's exceptional. She does have a knife.
Yeah,
Does she always have a knife?
she does. She also has Janus thorns.
Yes, Janus Thorns.
What
Yeah.
are Janus thorns?
So if you get stabbed with one of those, you're paralysed, and then if you don't take it out quick enough, you're dead. What? Which obviously,
But she's a friend.
she's a friend. Yeah,
Okay.
she's lovely.
Okay.
But I mean, the wonderful the way the doctor says, "Don't kill people."
Yeah. It's only a little prick. It's fine. Don't worry. You're paralysed and then you're fine. It's okay. This is incredible. So where she is that what she keeps in the bag? Is a load of thorns.
Yeah. That's
Are they loose thorns or are they attached to a branch?
I think perhaps there's a certain amount of overthinking.
They are very interesting to me.
She
I
goes
like this.
off with the doctor, and she always still seems to have some. So
Okay,
maybe
regardless of-
she's growing some in the
Yeah,
TARDIS
probably.
garden. Who knows?
Yeah.
But Leela was then joined by K9. Now, this is
K9.
Bob Baker and Dave Martin's wonderful creation.
So you invented K9?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Just firstly, the name. You must have been like, we need a name for a robot dog. How about K9? What? No, we want to know K9. Oh, that's genius. That's amazing.
Thank you.
How long did you come up with a name, or was it a joint
Yes,
thing?
I think so.
Oh,
But I
there
can't remember when there's two of you working. So, we went to the pub as usual for lunch and came back and said, "Need somebody there, isn't it? You need something there." And how about a dog? And so we built up a story around this Professor Marius, who was a dog lover on Earth. And of course, he wasn't allowed to take his dog with him when he went to space to work. And so he built all his computer stuff into a dog-shaped robot.
I notice he doesn't have legs.
Yeah.
Does he have the magical floaty things that Daleks have, so they don't have to worry about stairs?
Well, the modern iteration of K9 can fly around.
When we wrote him, he was just hovering about 2 inches above the ground and would move quite quickly. But in reality, when they made it, it was quite a heavy beast. And when they used the electronic, very, very simple kind of airplane stuff, wasn't it? And then suddenly he would go and hit the scenery and knock it down.
Were there any on-set incidents with the actors? Did he ever hit one of the doctors?
Tom
or?
got really angry with him at times.
Romana de Vratnalunda. Or
Wow.
Romana for short. Now she...
Well, sure, because no one can say that.
No one can say that quickly.
Romana de Vatlavinda. Am I saying it?
Close enough.
Close enough. Romana. That's my favourite pizza as well. There we go. We've got... This is good.
So Romana was a Time Lord.
What?
Yeah, so she is...
She's a doctor. She's a Time Lord. She's the same... So she's got 2 hearts.
She's got 2 hearts.
Did they have that back then?
Yeah.
So how many
At this
livers
point.
does she have?
Well, I don't think we've ever got to the
3.
the
We'll tell people now. It's fine.
Yeah,
3.
there we are. Here it
That's
is,
a
folks.
little Doctor Who fact.
Yep, 3
Time
livers.
Lords. They've got 3 livers. They love drinking.
Well, yes. In the case of Tom, yes. she and Tom Baker, in both her incarnations, as we're about to see.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, because she regenerates. But they kind of swan around the universe together, being all sort of flighty and, oh, we're so above all this. And it's really quite fun with K9.
So normally, when a Time Lord regenerates, it just happens. That's your body.
Yeah.
That's it. She goes through a few bodies before she settles
Oh,
on the
really?
next one.
Ah.
Some are human, some are not.
One is blue.
Yeah, one's blue with
That
fins.
should be a thing they do every time. You could have like a special cameo episode. Like Sir Ian McKellen plays the Doctor for one.
For 2 seconds.
Oh, I'm a doctor. Oh, now I'm a woman. Hooray. It's fine.
Almost exactly this has happened. Stephen Moffat wrote a sketch for Comic Relief where a bunch of famous actors and Joanna Lumley as another famous actor
All became the Doctor.
Yes.
Yeah, we had Hugh
And,
Grant,
so that's
Richie Grant.
canon.
Well,
Yes. No, it's a... Yeah.
Please
There's
don't
no
use,
such
don't-
thing.
There's no such. Don't use the C word.
Canon is whatever
Sorry.
you choose it to be.
Okay.
so Romana regenerated.
Nala.
Into Lala Ward. She married Tom Baker for a time.
Not for long.
What, in real life?
In real life, yeah.
What?
Yeah, there was a bit of friction behind the scenes.
I'm sure there was.
She had her own sonic screwdriver as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, if the Doctor's away, you know,
Yeah.
you gotta,
So,
gotta be able to do your own, haven't you?
She was very much his equal, which was really exciting to see
Yes.
in Classic Who. Just to really.
But they're not married in
They're not-
the episodes.
they're not married
Like
in the
outside of the episodes
Well.
at the same time. They're married.
Well, you look at City of Death and you're thinking they're kind of married, aren't
Yeah.
they?
yeah, they,
It's like
they feel. They almost feel.
They just arguing
especially
a lot,
the
aren't
boat
they?
scene.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of
Charlotte as well.
Yeah.
Bickering goes on, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
Lots of bickering. So yeah, K9 and Romana disappeared,
Okay.
and during
So hang on, did they get divorced and basically she took half his stuff, of which she's like, I'm keeping the dog, and he's like, oh, all right, fine.
In your dreams.
Yeah.
he drew the short straw really because he ended up with this orphan boy that they picked up, Adric. So Adric, bless him, was from Alzarius. He was set out to be a bit of an artful dodger, was
Okay.
the original idea. But he's actually a mathematical genius.
But at the same time, he is from the school of hard knocks.
Yeah.
He learnt his maths on the street.
Yeah, well,
He was
yeah.
doing fractions on the corner sort of thing. You know, he's working out how am I going to pay for a night in this, this youth hostel with only this.
You get right to the heart of the
Yeah.
problem, as you didn't with the Janus Thorns.
Yes.
You get right to the heart of the problem. Is he the streetwise kid, or is he the mathematical genius? We forget the streetwise kid, and it's all Wesley.
Oh, does it?
Yes.
And is he as well loved as Wesley?
Unfortunately,
Wesley was not the most popular character in the
No.
next generation.
neither was Adric, and he meets a sticky end.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but
Stay
that's,
tuned.
that's for the next episode. Tom does pick up a couple of more companions at the
Okay.
end of this, but
7 years.
7
years?
7 years. He's the longest
That's
serving
why
doctor.
he's so well known.
Yeah, you know, he broke America. He was the doctor that
Yeah.
got,
It's
got
very
the American audience.
quintessentially the Doctor.
Yeah, I mean that's why even people who don't watch Doctor Who, they'll know. Oh, the one with the scarf.
Yeah.
We had people in the office
Isn't that
saw all
fantastic?
this stuff
Just-
and they went, "Oh, I know
Everybody
Doctor Who
knows
because
the
of the
scarf.
scarf."
Just because they sent her too much wool, though. I think
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
fantastic.
That's
That sort of
brilliant.
happens. If he had a normal scarf, would people have said, "Oh yeah, the one with the scarf"? Probably not.
Probably
No,
not.
no.
No. Sylvester McCoy had a little scarf, but no one remembers that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It wasn't big enough.
Who would remember that?
So we're going to go through some monsters now.
Okay,
You,
these are
you
my
can't
favourite
have
bits.
Doctor Who without the
Okay,
monsters.
okay.
So,
Just a word of warning: if anyone is of a nervous disposition, please look away now. Oh my gosh! what are those?
so that is the...
That's a cockroach, isn't it?
they're like giant wasps.
Are
so
they wasps, are they?
These are the Wirrin. This is from Tom Baker's second story.
Okay. Straight in at the deep end, isn't it?
You know Alien?
Yes.
They're that before Alien.
Oh
Yeah.
really?
So,
So do they lay eggs in people?
yeah. And you become a bubble wrap grub.
Oh no! With
then-
actual packaging, bubble packaging.
Yeah, because at the time, that was...
That's all they had.
It was brilliant.
Future-proof.
It was futuristic.
Futuristic, isn't it?
It wasn't a common thing. I mean, now it's just open an Amazon parcel.
Exactly.
Ah, Wirrin.
Yeah.
But here, it was
Just straight up bubble wrap.
just straight up bubble wrap.
Okay.
An excellent story. I think it's Stephen Moffat's favourite story.
Really?
It's a fantastic episode.
Okay.
Really, really great.
So one to pay attention for, and that's just episode 2.
That's just his second story, his second serial. So then the next monster we have... Davros.
Oh, Davros. I know Davros.
So, go on then, you know Davros. Tell us about Davros.
He's a Dalek. That is a human. He's a human Dalek. He has an eye in his head,
He does.
and he can see into the future with that
Wow.
eye.
Okay.
Is that true? No.
Well, I don't know. I mean, anything can happen these days.
He used to be a plumber. He had all these plunges left over, and thought, "What am I going to do with them?"
Yeah.
And they were like, "You know what? I'll build some automatic plumbing robots, and it all went wrong.
Surprising
Just stop me
about
when I get
truth
into
there.
it.
Davros is the creator of the Daleks. They were in a war with another race called the Thals. And so he took his people and was like, I'm going to put them in these Dalek casings.
So it's like an exoskeleton battle armor.
Yes.
Pretty much, yeah. Davros was genetically modifying his people to survive until they became
Was
the
it
ultimate...
frowned upon internally?
Oh, yes.
Okay, he was a renegade.
Before this, Daleks only sort of Nazi.
Yeah.
Okay.
From here, Daleks very Nazi indeed.
Okay, so they just did that, didn't they?
They did, yes,
Yeah, I
they
see.
did.
Okay.
He is outer space Hitler.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That power would set me up above the gods. And through the Daleks, I shall have that power.
I used to get a kebab regularly from a guy called Davros, and he was a really nice guy.
Yeah.
So just the name for me, I associate with a nice kebab guy.
Yeah.
And so now I'm going to associate it with Space Hitler.
Yeah.
So in the newer Doctors,
Yeah.
the Daleks are like the nemesis of the Time Lords.
Yeah.
So like back now.
This is an interesting point, because this story is all about the Doctor being sent by the Time Lords to avert the creation of the Daleks.
Okay.
And when Russell T Davies came along to do the new series with Eccleston, and we had the Time War, he sort of said that this was sort of the event that started the war off. And throughout the classic series, the Daleks have a few plans against the Time Lords.
But this is like Terminator, is sent back to stop the war ever happening.
Yeah,
Okay.
but the Doctor, well, I won't spoil it for you.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you probably know what the outcome is because they're still in the programme today. So if we move on to the next monster, the Zygons.
Oh, wow.
Have you ever seen a Zygon before? Tess?
In the newer ones, I think.
Well done.
I don't know what they are though.
Well,
Go on, Paul. Go on.
okay,
You take
so
some.
beneath Loch Ness
Okay.
lurks Broton, the warlord of the Zygons, and his people in a ship with their cow, basically, their milk beast, the
Okay.
Scarrison, the Loch Ness monster.
Oh, right. I like it when doctors do this. They go back and they explain mythos with science. But anyway, so the Loch Ness monster is actually a milk beast.
Yeah.
And so why do we occasionally see it? Is it because they're milking it? Well, is that why they have all the suckers? Is that why they've got so many suckers on them? Do they manually milk, or do they have a machine?
I mean, it's never really shown in that much detail.
We never see the milking machine on the Zygons.
No. Maybe they don't need to.
But they're shapeshifters, so...
And they choose to look like that. That's crazy, isn't
Don't
it?
body shame the Zygons.
Well, it's not. It just. I would, if I could shapeshift, I'd be like, you know what? Maybe one sucker.
This is a good one. This is from my favourite Doctor Who story.
I see the Eye of Ra. I see the Egyptian influence.
Yeah. This is Sutek. He is an Osiran, and
a siren. I get it.
and the idea is that they came from their planet, came to Earth, and they inspired ancient Egyptians.
So this is where Stargate got its.
That's where Stargate got it from. Yeah.
This is the birth of all sci-fi.
It is.
This is
Yes.
fantastic.
Yeah.
He's only ever appeared in the show once, but he is an all-time classic Doctor Who baddie.
Fabulously whispery actor called Gabriel Wolfe.
Okay.
Who plays it. He's actually frozen in the spot. He cannot move from his chair, so just does it all with a whispering voice throughout. He's very, very good.
Another one of Bob's, the Mandrels.
Oh God! Don't remind me.
Can I see the guy inside there? Am I meant to see the eyes
Oh,
in
you
there?
might be. On this big...
I feel like I can
No,
see.
you're not supposed to.
You're not... Care to explain a
Well,
bit
the
about them?
Mandrels this was the only one I did on my own. I suppose there were lots of things about drugs going around at the moment. At that point, no, the Mandrels were creatures who came from a planet where there was a great deal of this Vraxin, which was a drug, was coming from there. And in fact, what these were, when they died, they reduced down into Vraxin.
Ah,
So
so
he
was it
he was-
injected or snorted or how was it?
I think it was that.
Okay.
Yes, and
Just for education.
so we had a drug story.
Yeah. Next monster. So...
It's Richard III.
yeah. So...
Oh, the vampires.
yeah, Paul, go on.
This is written by Terence Dix. It's The Wonderful State of Decay. They are three ancient vampires who have been the foes of the Time Lords since time immemorial. And they're trapped on a world in a little parallel dimension called E-Space. and it's all very gothic and wonderful.
Technically, could a vampire bite a Time Lord and turn them?
Well, I guess.
Well, they seem a little bit afraid of them, and if that couldn't happen, I think
It wouldn't be as so scary.
Yeah,
would it? Yeah.
Right.
Another point, if we're going to link this to the new series, so the Time Lords and the Daleks is the last great Time War. The Time Lords and the Vampires is one of the first Time Wars. And the Time Lords had great bow ships to pierce the hearts of these giant bat creatures.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I mean, to
You
me,
don't
I'm
see it in the programme, you just have to imagine it.
Well, of course not. But it's, I'm getting the sense of kind of. I feel like it's General Zod, and we're against Superman. You know, we've got this trio of evildoers trapped in the Phantom Zone.
That's
But
very similar.
You don't want to get these bad guys out. There we go. That is just a taste of what's to come over the next 7 years of Doctor Who that you guys are going to watch now on Twitch Presents. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the end of 7 years.